experience with Lithia Owens.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you learn from that experience that you would like to share?
Yeah, I mean, Lethea was, again, if we go back to mentors and going to someone that was ahead of where you are, when I wanted to become a professional speaker, one of the things I did was I said, hey, I need to get around other speakers. So what I did was I picked up the phone. First, I went to Google and I looked for every professional speaker inside of, the St. Louis area. And then I was brave and I picked up the phone and I called every single speaker in the St. Louis area. And I said, hey, my name is Chris Robinson. I'm wanting to find out more about getting paid to speak. If there's any opportunity for me to serve you, I'd be more than happy to help you out in any way. Now, again, I didn't call saying, hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee so I can pick your brain? Right. I didn't call and say, hey, do you have some time to tell me all your knowledge that you've spent years and years accumulating to give to me for free? No, I said, hey, how can I serve you? There's two ways to get a mentor in your life: seek to serve or pay to play. Seek to serve someone or pay to play means that you're going to have to invest in that relationship for them to spend time with you. So I was seeking to serve. I called every speaker in the St. Louis area. No one called me back. And then eventually, Lethea called me back. And she says, hey, Chris, thank you so much. That was very kind of you. I don't have anything now, but if something comes up, I'll let you know. I was excited because I had talked to a professional speaker. But then a couple days later, she calls back and she says, hey, Chris, my cameraman has canceled. Is there
Hmm.
any way you could be my cameraman for the next day at this event in St. Louis? I said, well, yeah, I'd love to be the cameraman for you. Now, I had no idea what it meant to be a cameraman, but I knew it was an opportunity to serve. So I go down to that event and I grab her bags. I grab the camera. I set up the camera. I'm working it back and forth. And, at lunchtime comes and she says, hey, Chris, hey, I know that you had mentioned that you had some questions about getting paid to speak. Would you like to ask some questions? I said, of course. Well, I was prepared for that mentor and I had a list of questions and I began to ask my questions. She began to answer the questions and we had a great time. Well, our time was up. I closed my notebook and I go back to serving her. Did so well that day before she saw the video footage. I did so well that day. She says, hey, Chris, would you want to come back tomorrow? And so I did. I came back the next day. I set up the camera. At lunchtime, we asked questions, but at the end of lunch, she said, hey, Chris, she goes, I want to give you the opportunity to speak today. She goes, I want to give you the opportunity to go on stage and speak for 5 minutes, and I want you to share from a slide that I talked about yesterday. Well, I went up on stage, I shared for 5 minutes, and you could see her smiling in the back, ear to ear. I did a great job. And after that, she says, Chris, I'd be more than happy to meet with you even more to help you find out more about getting paid to speak. And Lethea became a mentor in my life and still a great friend to this day. And but it was really, again, out of a motive of seeking to serve, not just what can I get, but how can I add value to that. And over a decade now, Lethea and I have added value to each other's lives as we've both grown in our prospective careers. It's just been an amazing relationship that has truly been one that started with the pure motive of just adding value to people.